Today's story is Ice Cream Imagination. Chapter 1. The Unusual Club. In the quaint little town of Jollyville, where the sun always seemed to shine a little brighter and laughter echoed through the streets, lived a spirited 12-year-old girl named Lucy. With her wild, curly hair that danced in the wind and her mismatched socks that somehow always found their way to her feet, she was the heart of her group of friends. They called themselves the Wacky Wonders, a name they proudly crafted during one of their many after-school brainstorming sessions. The members of the Wacky Wonders were quite the colorful bunch. There was Max, the self-proclaimed king of sandwiches, who had a knack for inventing bizarre food combinations that could make anyone's stomach turn. He once made a peanut butter and pickle sandwich that left them all questioning his sanity. Then there was Bella, a budding scientist with a pair of oversized glasses that occasionally slipped down her nose. Bella had an endless supply of scientific facts which she would share at the most random moments, like during lunch when everyone was trying to enjoy their pizza. And how could we forget Oliver? With his mop of spiky hair and an ever-present slingshot tucked in his back pocket. He was always up for a bit of mischief. Oliver had a talent for getting the group into trouble, but he was equally good at getting them out of it with his quick thinking and goofy charm. Lastly, there was Mia, the artist of the group, who painted everything from rocks to fences but had a slight tendency to get paint on her friends, much to their dismay. The story begins on a bright Saturday morning, the kind of day that felt perfect for an adventure. Lucy gathered her friends at her house, her excitement bubbling over like a pot of popcorn on the stove. "Guys, I have the most amazing idea!" she exclaimed, bouncing on her toes. "What is it? Are we going to build a rocket? Or a giant sandcastle?" Oliver asked, his eyes sparkling with mischief. "Nope. Even better. We're going to have a contest to see who can create the wackiest ice cream flavor," Lucy declared, her hands on her hips like a proud general presenting a battle plan. "Wackiest ice cream flavor? Mean like tuna fish surprise?" Max suggested, wrinkling his nose in disgust. "Or maybe pickled banana delight?" Bella chimed in, adjusting her glasses. "Exactly," Lucy laughed. "Let's meet back here at 3 o'clock with our creations. The winner gets the title of Ice Cream Innovator, and a huge scoop of my mom's famous chocolate fudge ice cream." "Challenge accepted," shouted Oliver, already plotting his flavor. With that, the friends scattered, each armed with their own set of bizarre ideas and an insatiable desire to win. Chapter 2. The Ice Cream Showdown. As the sun reached its peak, Lucy rummaged through her kitchen, searching for the perfect ingredients to craft her winning ice cream concoction. She found sprinkles, chocolate syrup, and even some leftover pizza from last night. Pizza-flavored ice cream. "Yes!" she exclaimed, her imagination running wild. Meanwhile, Max was busy in his kitchen, mixing crushed potato chips into vanilla ice cream. "This is going to be epic," he mused, imagining the crunchy texture paired with the creamy flavor. "I'll call it Chippy Crunch." Oliver, on the other hand, had a rather unusual approach. He convinced his little brother to let him use his toy dinosaur, which he dipped in bright blue food coloring to create Dino Delight, an ice cream that was supposed to taste like blueberry and marshmallows. "It will be a roarsome hit," he chuckled as he squeezed the food coloring with a flourish. Bella was in her lab, also known as her garage, concocting a flavor inspired by her latest science experiment, electrifying lemonade. She mixed lemon sorbet with fizzy soda and a dash of edible glitter, creating a sparkling masterpiece that bubbled like a potion. "This is not just ice cream, it's a science experiment," she proclaimed. As the clock ticked closer to 3, the excitement in the air was palpable. Each friend arrived at Lucy's house, their creations proudly displayed in colorful bowls. "I present to you Chippy Crunch," Max declared, revealing his creation with a flourish. The ice cream sparkled under the afternoon sun, chips jutting out like tiny mountains. "Behold Dino Delight," Oliver followed, holding his bowl as if it were the crown jewels. The blue color was striking, and the marshmallows bobbed like little islands. "Here's electrifying lemonade." Bella exclaimed, the bowl fizzing and bubbling, leaving a trail of sparkles in the air. And last but definitely not least, pizza party ice cream, Lucy announced, trying to sound as serious as possible. The friends gathered around the table, giggling and nudging each other as they prepared to taste each creation. The first scoop of Chippy Crunch was met with loud crunches and an array of facial expressions. Not bad, Mia declared, her mouth half full of ice cream. It's like a party in my mouth. Next up was Dino Delight. Oliver took a big scoop, and as he chewed, his face turned from excitement to bewilderment. It's like a blueberry explosion. But why does it taste like dinosaurs? He asked, puzzled. Bella offered her electrifying lemonade next. As they took their first bites, little sparkles danced around their faces, and they couldn't help but giggle. Whoa! I feel like I'm eating a science fair, Max exclaimed, his eyes wide with amazement. Finally, it was time for Lucy to showcase her pizza ice cream. As she scooped it into bowls, the room filled with a blend of sweet and savory aromas. With a brave grin, Lucy took a big spoonful. The moment the flavors hit her tongue, her eyes bulged in surprise. It tastes like a pizza party mixed with cake, she sputtered, trying to balance the conflicting flavors. Is it delicious or disgusting? Bella asked, giggling. Both, Lucy laughed, as everyone burst into a fit of laughter that echoed around the room. Chapter 3. The Unexpected Contest. Just as the laughter settled, Lucy's mom popped her head into the room, her eyes twinkling with mischief. What's all the commotion about, my little ice cream chefs? She asked, sensing the chaos. We're having an ice cream flavor contest, Max shouted, practically jumping up and down. Well, then you're in luck. The Jollyville Ice Cream Festival is happening right now at the park, she exclaimed. Why don't you take your creations there and enter the official contest? The Wacky Wonders exchanged glances filled with excitement and a touch of panic. Official contest, Oliver shouted, his eyes wide. We must take our flavors to the festival and show everyone our genius. With no time to waste, they quickly packed their creations into a cooler, each friend buzzing with anticipation. As they raced to the park, Lucy felt her heart fluttering with excitement. This is going to be the best day ever. Upon arriving, they were greeted by a colorful array of tents, laughter, and the sweet, creamy scent of ice cream wafting through the air. The festival was in full swing, with everyone from toddlers to grandparents enjoying a scoop of their favorite flavors. They set up their stall, proudly displaying their creations. As they waited for the judges to arrive, they made ridiculous ice cream hats with whipped cream and sprinkles, each trying to outdo the other in the silliness department. Suddenly, a loud whistle blew, signaling the start of the judging. The judges, dressed in bright shirts and big hats, approached. They were big fans of ice cream and had a reputation for being tough critics. First up, we have Chippy Crunch, announced one of the judges, a tall man with a bushy mustache. He took a big scoop, his eyes widening in surprise. Whoa! This is unique, he exclaimed, and the group shared hopeful glances. Next was Dino Delight. The judges took a scoop and started laughing. It tastes like a party in your mouth. But why does it look like a toy? One judge pretended to roar like a dinosaur, and the crowd erupted in laughter. Now, let's try the electrifying lemonade. Bella's eyes sparkled with excitement as the judges took their first bites. They jumped slightly as the fizz tickled their noses, and one of them exclaimed, "This is a flavor explosion." Finally, it was time for pizza party ice cream. As Lucy watched the judges scoop, she held her breath. The moment they tasted it, their faces twisted in confusion, and then they burst out laughing. "This is interesting," one judge said, wiping tears of laughter from his eyes. After tasting all the flavors, the judges gathered to deliberate. The Wacky Wonders huddled together, bouncing on their toes. "I can't believe we're actually at the festival," Mia whispered, her eyes wide. "What if we win?" Max said, practically bouncing off the ground. Or what if we end up in the Jollyville Hall of Fame for the strangest ice cream? Oliver added, his imagination running wild. Chapter 4. The Sweet Surprise. After what felt like an eternity, the judges returned to the stage, their faces beaming with excitement. "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very tough decision to make," announced the head judge, raising his hand for silence. The crowd hushed, their anticipation palpable. In third place, with an ice cream that brought smiles and laughter, we have Dino Delight. The crowd cheered, and Oliver jumped in delight, his slingshot bouncing around in excitement. In second place, for its fizz and fantastic flavor, we have Electrifying Lemonade. Bella squealed, hugging her friends in joy. And finally, the winner of this year's Jollyville Ice Cream Festival, for the most unique and amusing flavor, is Chippy Crunch. The crowd erupted into applause as Max jumped up and down, his excitement contagiously spreading to everyone around. But the cheers didn't stop there. And as a special mention, we have a tie for the funniest ice cream flavor, and that goes to Pizza Party Ice Cream. The crowd roared with laughter as Lucy blushed, her heart swelling with pride. As the friends celebrated together, Lucy realized that it wasn't just about the ice cream or the contest. It was about the laughter, the shared joy, and the sweet memories they were creating together. In that moment, surrounded by her friends and the delightful chaos of the festival, Lucy knew that their bond was the true prize. Chapter 5. A Flavorful Friendship. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over Jollyville, the Wacky Wonders sat together, their hearts full and their bellies a little round from all the ice cream. They reminisced about the day, laughter spilling from their lips like sprinkles from a jar. Who knew pizza could taste so funny? Oliver chuckled, licking the remnants of ice cream from his spoon. And who would have thought that potato chips could be a dessert? Max added, still bouncing from the excitement. I think we should do this every year, Bella declared. Not just for the contest but to celebrate our friendship. The others nodded in agreement, their faces lit up with joy. Next year, we should invent ice cream flavors that make people dance, Mia suggested, her artistic mind swirling with ideas. With plans already forming for next year's festival, the friends felt a sense of camaraderie that warmed their hearts. They knew that no matter the outcome of any contest, the true victory was in the laughter, the memories, and the bond they shared. As they packed up their cooler and left the festival, Lucy looked at her friends and thought to herself how lucky she was. They had shared an adventure filled with hilarity and creativity, proving that the best memories are made with friends by your side. And so, with hearts full of joy and bellies full of ice cream, the Wacky Wonders headed home, ready for whatever goofy adventure awaited them next. Together they were unstoppable, and every day was a chance for laughter, fun, and the sweetest friendships.